Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where we're covering Adventure Comics 141, When Superboy Lost His Powers. Yes, after complaining about that memory lost issue of Superboy, they do a story where Superboy does indeed lose his powers, and it is indeed a better conflict, like I complained about in this video. In fact, this feels like it's reacting to a lot of my complaints. Not intentionally, but it does feel like a reaction to that, and because of that, I do sort of like this story. Now, without some caveats, like always when it comes to the Golden Age, what's really fascinating about this story is it sort of hits on what I've been complaining about when it comes to mobster Superman or Superboy stories. Mobsters aren't particularly interesting, mainly because they don't really depict Superboy or Superman taking them out very interesting. He mostly just tosses them around for a panel and then it's done, going from one mobster to the next. It's not dynamic, it's not fascinating, it's not really all that fun to read. And I've already done a video long ago where my complaint was that if you're going to do a mobster story and you're going to have him just run through them like that, maybe build up the mobster better. Make them like almost unstoppable in society. Make them like a king that cannot be killed. Some sort of unmovable force that gets utterly trounced when it comes against, Superman or Superboy in this case. So it's a lot more fun when they get taken down. So that would mean spending some time building up the mobsters instead of just like introducing them and then Superboy or Superman's going to take them out. This does a little bit more of that. We do get to know the mobsters somewhat. Not a great amount, and we still don't do like the whole unstoppable thing, but by the end, when he is taking them down, it is a little more fun. Fortunately, they don't spend a lot of time with him taking them down. So essentially, Superboy goes to take out this mobster named Chopper, Chopper's gang, and gets hit by a meteor just all of a sudden. Oh, hey, he lost his memory due to a meteor. Now he's losing his powers due to a meteor. It's later explained that it hit his cerebral cortex or something, and this caused his powers to go away. And the only way to restore them is a professor, a mad scientist who happens to be working for the mobsters, because all best gangs have a mad scientist member. At least that's what the Golden Age has been telling me. Sometimes the mad scientist is in charge of them. He's not here. He thinks he can restore Superboy's powers, and Superboy's going to work for them in exchange. Now, that doesn't sound like Superboy. And you're right, but there is a twist to this story. So he does a lot of menial labor for them, and then later some gadgets to strike fear to the other criminals with them having Superboy work for them. He's mostly doing Charlie work from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They basically have him scrubbing the floors. Respect. That would be something that would annoy me enough that when Superboy takes them down, it will be fun. Though we could have built this up better, I think the gadgets really takes away from the struggle of Superboy not having his powers if he has like a facsimile of his powers throughout the story. Not throughout the story, at least halfway. So they gave me a little bit of it, but I think they would have worked better if they had kept it that way till the end. Maybe just throw the fear in them by having Superboy just being imposing by just being around. But the story can't quite hit that finish. It happens very suddenly. And it's a big reveal because none of this is true. Superboy has had his powers the entire time. He's just screwing with them, which I enjoy. He decided to have a little bit fun. This is mostly just so he can get close to him enough to get stolen items back really quickly. I guess it works, but it happens all of a sudden. There's just one scene of the head mobster shooting at him, and that's all the fun we really have with him revealing that he's had his powers the entire time. We could have really made a meal out of it. These comics don't really want to make a meal out of big reveals. Make a meal out of it. It's a lot more fun. And though we do get to know these mobsters a little bit more, there isn't really a lot to them because we're spending a lot of time still on Superboy just doing things. We really need to cut out the idea that we just need action moments or else people will just get bored with that. No, spend time setting them up. You don't need the third scene of him throwing around a mobster. Okay, that is it from Adventure Comics 141, When Superboy Lost His Powers. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications when a new video goes up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday. We'll cover a Batman story on the Detective Comics or Batman. And until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the boy of tomorrow? And it's very hard to pull off the whole, oh yeah, I've had everything the whole time. I'm ahead of you. And they don't really pull it off, but they're near there, and at least it's fun. Okay, have a great day.